and welcome to the Magic of Marketing, where every week we give you a tip to help you grow your business and change the world. I'm your host, Jennifer Trask, and I'm really excited about today's episode because it comes from a question from a viewer, and it's an absolutely excellent question that I think a lot of particularly new entrepreneurs and coaches have. So I'm going to grab my phone. This is where I put the question, and I'm going to read it to you. It says, how does one market lovingly? If unconditional love is caring for someone's happiness without expecting anything in return, how can one successfully market? I often feel like I'm pushing myself on people and like I'm dancing the fine line between informing of great opportunities and spamming. And it feels a tad selfish at times. And this came from a viewer named Dominique. So Dominique, first of all, thank you for your question. And it's an excellent question. And I actually really thought about this one a lot because I think it's an important one to address. And we can all sometimes feel a little queasy about pushing ourselves on people. But I've learned over the years in working through my business and with lots of different entrepreneurs that there really is only one answer to the question on how to be able to not have this problem anymore. And then I really think there are three areas that address how to move over to this side. So the answer really comes with detachment, because there's nothing wrong with selling things. People are selling things every day, from the clothes that we're wearing to, my board that I write on or put my posters on. People are selling things all the time. So there's nothing wrong with selling. But a lot of times we get attached to who is going to buy, particularly if you're selling services that are personal that you're providing or products that you really put your heart and soul into when you're a solo entrepreneur. It's a lot more attached to you personally than, say, if you worked at a large company and, say, if you worked in a retail store and people were coming in and coming out all day long. So the question is, if detachment is the answer, then how do we get it? So I want to propose to you three different areas of your business to look at that could potentially be causing you to feel attached to the outcome no matter whom you're speaking to. So the first area that could cause this problem is about your buyer. So I want you to answer the question, who is my ideal client? Who will really benefit from what I have to offer, whether it's a product or a service? Now, what happens is if you're talking to a lot of the wrong potential buyers, people who are not your ideal client, it can make you feel like you're pushing your stuff on people because you kind of know deep down they don't need it or they don't want it or they're not really going to benefit from it. So this causes a disalignment in energy, and that's no good for anybody. So the first thing you can do to help yourself get to detachment mode is to make sure that you're talking to the right people, because then you can feel really good because you know you can help them, or you know this product or service is really going to meet the needs that they have and going to get them the outcome that they're looking for. So that's the first thing. So I want you to really identify who's your ideal client. Now, if you're already talking to your ideal client, then it could be number two. The second area that can cause a bit of turmoil is price. So a lot of times when we're talking to people, if we feel a little uncomfortable about selling something to them, it could be because the price isn't right. Usually this feeling of queasiness comes from being overpriced, or not necessarily that you're overpriced, but you're not comfortable with your price. So there's a big difference there. So other people might feel whatever you're selling is worth what you're asking for. But if you don't feel it's worth what you're asking for, now we have a little bit of a problem. So what I want you to do is look at your pricing. Do you need to change it? And it's okay to decrease your price for now if that's going to make you feel more comfortable with it. You can always increase it later. Now, the third thing, if price isn't it, or even if you found one but you feel like you haven't hit the nail on the head, then this third area is probably what you're looking for. A lot of times we feel the need to sell to a particular prospect if we don't have enough prospects to talk to. So let me give you an example. If you were set up shop, now if you're watching this, you're probably working from your home. But what if you were in a store that was on the busiest street in your city that had your constant ideal clients going back and forth and coming in and going out and coming in and going out? Then you wouldn't feel so attached to each person that came in and out, because you know if they don't buy, the next person's going to. So potentially what the problem could be for you is that you don't have enough people looking at your stuff. You just don't have enough prospects. And that's just a marketing problem. That can be fixed with having a larger flow of leads come into your business. So let's recap these now. If you're feeling like you're pushing your products on people and you're not really marketing authentically, it's because you need to detach from the outcome. You need to not worry who is going to buy your stuff. What you need to know is the right buyers will show up. So in order for the right buyers to show up, you need to look at 3 areas of your business. 1, who's the ideal client? And you, as the entrepreneur, need to really feel the benefit you bring to this person. You need to own it. You need to understand it. You need to say, they need me. I have to market more because they need what I have. When you really feel that passionate about it, you're going to absolutely communicate the right message to that prospective buyer who is the right match for you. You want to get the right match. It's really important. Especially when you're coaching, it's really important, especially if you're going to spend time with people. So the first thing is, know who your ideal client is, know what problem you're solving for them, and therefore what real benefits and value they're getting when they purchase your product or service. You're going to feel good about taking the exchange of money, and they're going to feel good about taking the exchange of having the product or service. The second thing you want to look at is your pricing. Are you priced right? Are you overpriced and uncomfortable with your pricing? Are you underpriced and not pricing enough, not charging enough? So look at your pricing, make sure you feel, no, this is a really great value exchange, and I feel I'm being given my worth, and I feel they're getting value for what they're purchasing. If you feel that way, then it's the third thing. You need more leads. You need more people. You need to imagine that busy street with people coming in and out and in and out. Because a lot of times, particularly if you're a coach and you only have so many coaching spots, and if you sell something higher priced, this is definitely for higher priced buyers, then if you don't have a lot of people to talk to, they're going to feel that energy like, I really need you to buy from me. And unfortunately, that energy is going to actually move them away from you. It's going to repel them because they're going to feel it. So you need to get more leads. And that's just a marketing problem. And marketing problems can always be solved. And of course, that's what we're talking about throughout this series. So what I'll do is in the next video, actually, we'll talk about some marketing ideas. In fact, we'll talk about some simple ones that you're able to begin with no matter where you are in your business, okay? So identify which one of the problems are, because you want to be detached. Is it ideal client, pricing, or marketing? And get excited because you can now fix it. You can't fix it if you don't know what the problem is. So that's it. Thank you so much for being here. If you have any questions, throw them my way. And I would also love to hear what you think about this topic. Does this resonate with you? Do you feel like you identify with one of these problems? Have you felt like you've been too attached to the outcome of who buys from you and you really do need to detach? Have you found something else that works for you that you can share with us so that other people can learn from you? Whatever it is, make sure you comment, share the love with your social networks, and make sure you come on over to jennifer-trask.com and sign up for free updates, because we have lots of fun on email as well. So have a fantastic day, and we'll see you next week on The Magic of Marketing.